Hello everyone, this is Dr. Bini. I serve as Assistant Professor in Department of Management Studies, SRM, Ramapuram, Chennai. I feel so happy and delighted to to share my views on the topic personality development. I'm very much sure that you all will agree with me that personality development is really important for anyone. Understanding personality, understanding self is really important. In order to survive in a better manner, one should understand what are the different traits which is available in the society. So today for discussion, I'll be focusing on what is personality and what are the various types of personality traits which is available or which is seen in the society, and finally I'll be focusing on the importance of understanding personality traits, why one should understand personality traits. To begin the session, let me start with the term personality. Personality, as per Webster's dictionary, the external appearance which an individual possesses. So every individual has an appearance. So the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they dress, the way they make their hair, so all those things matters. So after looking at a particular individual, will come to a conclusion that that might be a doctor, that might be an engineer, that might be a teacher, that might be a professor, or that might be the head of the institution. So those things happens only on the basis of the external appearance or the external signals which the individual gives to others. And the second one is the name and fame which an individual earns from the society. So while addressing someone, we say that this particular man is a very famous cardiologist in the nation, or very famous lawyer of the district. So all those things we attach a tagline to a person's name. So that is all because of the name and fame which they have earned in the society. And finally, we will be this is the important part, the internal traits of the individuals. So when we speak about the internal traits, it's nothing but the internal self, the internal characteristics, the internal behaviors, or the internal beliefs, values all together is what is called as traits. So this particular area need to be concentrated today. So in the future minutes, I'll be more focusing on the internal traits. So this is more important. So this is what is the meaning according to the Webster's dictionary, and the general meaning about the personality is that this particular word personality, it was derived from the Greek word called persona, which means to speak through. And you know, personality is the combination of characteristics or qualities that makes or that gives an identity to the individual where he or she is living. So it might be a society, it might be a workplace, it might be a place where you learn. So if you are unique, if you are different from others, so that is all because of the word personality which you carry with you. And it signifies the role which a person plays in the public, of course. So you will be having a particular role, and you will be able to do it in a very distinct manner. You will be able to perform it in a very unique manner. So that's all because of the personality, or that's all because of the trait which you carry with you. And this personality trait is the inner pattern or the inner feelings or the inner thoughts or the behaviors which the individual carries within themselves. And you know, we say that personality makes the individual to be very distinct from others. Personality trait helps them to be very different from others. When we live in a particular society, when we are different from others, that is because of the trait which we carry. Now the question is, how we get this personality traits? What are the sources from where we get this personality traits? So the experts, they say that the first one is from the parents or the grandparents. So that is an inherited characteristic. So if your grandparent is a left-handed person, your dad is a left-handed person, again the son or the daughter is also a left-handed person. So that is an inherited character which an individual carries with them. And the second one is the learned characteristics. When you're in a team, when you're in a classroom, when you're learning within a group, definitely your friend is having a trait, or your friend is having a particular knowledge or characteristics. If he or she is doing it, if you're getting adopted to that and you also start doing that, that is again a trait. So learned trait, learned characteristics. So personality traits are either, whether it comes from our forefathers, it is carried out from generations to generations, or it is a learned one. And I'll be discussing on the various types, some basic traits of personalities, so which we really very often see in and around us. Okay, so the first one is self-centered people. So people who carries this particular trait, they can be seen very often in the society. These people actually, what they do is, these individuals, they are so self-centered. They'll have a particular goal, they'll fix a goal for themselves, they'll fix an objective for themselves, and in order to achieve that particular objective, in order to achieve that particular goal, they will be working again and again. So they will never they get distracted with any of the activities which happens around them. Their full intention, their full concentration will be on that particular goal. So they will never bother about other people. They will never bother about the individuals who work or who live around them. So those people are called self-centered people. And if you ask me whether appointing a self-centered person in a business organization is good, I'll say yes. Because if you are appointing a superior, if you are appointing some managers for your company, definitely self-centered managers or self-centered superiors are really good to work with, because once you fix the goal for them, once you show them their target, they'll work for it. So self-centered people. Second one is self-esteem. Self-esteem is a person who shows a real passion towards his job. Sometimes it is the job, sometimes it is the family, or sometimes it is the institution where he is working. So it actually depends on individuals to individuals. It varies from individuals to individuals. So self-esteem people are actually, they are also good because they are very passionate towards their job. If you're appointing them for your business organization, it's good. The only thing is, we have to explain them properly, we have to show them the right path, so that they will stick on to that, and that will help them to achieve their goals. Self-esteemed persons. And third one is Machiavellianism. Yes, a Machiavellianism, a few of the authors, they say that people with Machiavellianism traits is very tough, they are very dangerous, it's very tough for the other individuals to survive with these people. So now the question is, what's wrong with this Machiavellianism traits? Machiavellianism people or Machiavellianism individual, what happens with him is once the goal is fixed, they will do anything to achieve that particular goal. Sometimes they might do some sort of malpractice. Sometimes they will hurt the feelings of the individuals who is the opponent. So their full intention, their full attention is towards the goal which they have fixed. So if for business organization, if you ask me whether can this Machiavellianism trait individuals they can be appointed for the job, yes, you can very well appoint them, you can very well give job to them. If they are in the higher position, it is very good. Or for the jobs in marketing companies, it's really good, because once you fix them a target, they will strive their best to achieve that particular target. They won't see any others. They will work towards achieving that particular goal. And the next one is extrovert and introvert. Extroversion is a trait where the individuals remains very jovial, very friendly. They'll try to mingle up very easily with others. They'll have a lot of friends. So they smile at each other. They'll be very, they're very work friendly, you can say, extroverts. And these type of persons can be appointed in all the departments. for all departments, like say for example, and the best departments are like marketing department, HR department. So marketing department, why marketing department? Where you have to deal with a lot of people like customers, dealers, suppliers. So their extroverts are really good. HR people should be an extrovert, receptionist should be an extrovert, where you'll be interacting with a lot of outsiders, new persons coming into your institutions. So extroverts are good for those jobs. And what about the introvert? Introversion is just opposite to extroversion. So what happens here is the person who is having an introvert characteristic, he will never open up himself, he will never open up his thoughts, he will never give his suggestions, he will never give his opinions or views. So he's a very dangerous fellow. The thing is, these introverts are also good for the companies. So now the question is how they are good for the companies. So if you're having an R&D department where you have to be very confidential with lot of formulas, a lot of things where you have to hide it or keep it very confidential from your opponents or competitors. So in those places, introverts are really good. If you're appointing people for the workplace in militaries where you have to maintain a lot of confidential matters, definitely introverts will work. And appointing them in such jobs will be good for the organizations. Next one is type A and type B people. So type A people are good. I would say that type A are advanced stage of extroversion. They are very happy people. They will mingle with many. They'll be ready to accept a lot of responsibilities, lot of roles. But you may ask me why it is type A. The thing is, they accept lot of responsibilities, and sometimes what happens is they won't be able to finish off their job on time. So taking all the responsibilities, all the roles on their shoulders, sometimes it gives a sort of pressure on them. And experts, surgeons, medical surgeons, they say that type A people usually get a lot of heart problems. They get cardiac arrest because of the way they do their work. They never organize their job. They never keep a sort of schedule for their job. They accept a lot. They never try to accomplish it properly. And what about type B? Type B people are just opposite to type A. They are very easygoing people. Whatever responsibility you give them, they'll take their time, but they'll try to finish it. The work which type B people do will be very perfect. So one job at a time is their mantra. That is what they follow. So after accomplishing one particular job only, they'll go for the next job. So that was about type A and type B. Next is locus of control. So very interesting people. So what they feel is there's some power, there is some particular event which is controlling them. So that's what is locus of control. So this is also considered to be one particular trait. So there are two types of people who fall under the category called locus of control: internal locus and external locus. And you know, this locus of the people with this particular trait, they always think that it's all because of their fate, or that's all because of something which is a powerful something which is making them to work, or which is pushing them to survive. And what about this internal locus of control? Internal locus of control are the people who feel that there is something within themselves, there's some inner power within themselves which dominates the entire body. So that inner power is helping them to survive. So that is what they feel. And what about the external locus of control? External locus, they feel that there's some external pressure, there's some external power which is making them to work. Everything is out of control. So they live as a dry leaf on the water. You would have seen the dry leaves just floating on the water. It just floats on the way which the water takes the leaves. So it has no control over the water. So that is how these people under the external locus of control live. And the last one is work ethic. So workaholic, it's something like shopaholic. You know who are shopaholics? So exactly like shopaholics, these people are workaholics. So their full concentration is towards their job. So whatever work you give them, whatever task you give them, they'll be ready to do they'll put their heart and soul towards that particular job. So actually what they think is they're born to work. According to them, work is worship. Work is God. So there's nothing about that. That is what they feel. And they put their entire life behind their work, and after work only they try to give importance for their family, their children, so whatever it is, relatives. So the full concentration is towards the work. So the companies, when they appoint people, definitely they look for workaholics, work ethic people, because the person who is appointing them, definitely their objective is to make the individuals to work. So they give their 100% towards their work. So this is all about the personality traits. And now we'll try to find out why we need to understand the traits of the individuals. Unless and until you understand the traits, you won't be able to appoint people for your companies. So unless and until you understand your opponent's traits, you won't be able to survive in a better manner. So understanding traits of the individuals is very, very important, because most of the time we ask a question, why this man is behaving like this, or why this women is behaving like this, or what I did to them, why they are reacting towards me. So that's all because of the trait which they possess within themselves. Once you start understanding the trait that this person is an extrovert, this person is a type A person, this person is a workaholic, it will be easier for you to survive in a society in a better manner. So with these words, I conclude my session. I hope you got a very good idea about what is personality traits and why it is important for the individuals, and how to make yourself more better to live in a proper society. May God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you so much. Meet you again.